It's Saturday, March 9th, 2024. Time for another video chat with Dizzy, and I don't know if I'm going to be joined by the fuzzy little puppy dog or not. You may have been wondering where I've been, because I know I've been pretty quiet for the last month, and basically I've just been staying home, not doing much of anything, and trying to recover from this operation. It took a lot more out of me than I was expecting. Last week, a friend took me shopping and had a few stores to go into, and I was wiped out when I was done that. They gave me a bear that I'm supposed to hug if I was coughing, so of course I had to carry it everywhere, carry it with me everywhere. I'm going to admit I felt a little stupid walking around the stores carrying this bear, but it is what it is. And one point in time, reached in to get a bar of soap, and a couple bars from another bin fell out. And I'm trying to get down to get them, and I wasn't having much luck, but I wasn't going to be ignorant and just leave them on the floor like that. Well, this young guy walking by saw the bear, saw the soap, recognized what the bear was, and came and picked up the soap and put them where they belonged, and then he prayed with me, which I thought was nice. And he asked to pray, and I says, as long as it's to God the Father, I says, that's fine. So he said that was nice, and that day was very hard on me. My daughter's father-in-law has been feeding the horses. Well, he got sick, and he couldn't feed them, so I had one day where a friend of mine went and fed him, and 2 days where I had to have people take me out and help me. And last Friday was one of those days, and that was hard. And then had to get wood in the house, and a friend helped me get the wood in, and I was completely wiped out after doing all that. I think I had leftovers for dinner, and I just had no energy. And I said, I really haven't been getting much done. Well, I started therapy yesterday. She gave me the go-ahead to drive. Today, for the first time in a month, I went out to the farm by myself and fed my animals. Of course, the field is not as clean as I normally keep it. I can't really say anything about it because, let's face it, just having him going out there and feeding the animals for me has been a big help. It's been such a blessing. He has done some cleaning of the field and of the running, but not as much as I normally would have done. And since it was supposed to rain, I took one look at the running, and it's like, I can't leave this like this. So it took me longer than it normally would to clean because I had to make several trips. I can't carry as much now as I normally can. So I had to keep stopping, seeing how heavy the bucket was, and then taking, dumping it, and coming back. But the running is clean. I had only put out 3 flakes of hay in the field for the horses, and then hung the rest in the running. Took me longer to feed the chickens. Normally I carry two 2-gallon watering cans with me, and I just had to make 2 trips. Well, instead I took out 2 1-gallon jugs with me, and that meant that I had to make 4 trips. And still have a few extra chickens to get rid of. Have ones at the house or out at the farm. They need to be coming home. But I got the chickens all taken care of. Fed the farm cats that think they need to live in my area. Fed Thumper Bunny, and for the first time this year, I went and got her some fresh green grass, which she really appreciated. It felt so good to be able to go and do all of that by myself, and I also brought in a load of wood. And while I felt pretty good and could have possibly done more, I decided not to push it. That was all I got done. It started to rain while I was getting the hay out, and by the time I got home, it was raining pretty steadily. It just wasn't very heavy. So, I said it's good that I got all of that done. Like I said, I feel pretty good. I didn't push myself because I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to get more done, and I felt a lot better than I did last week, so I am definitely getting stronger. Because of a shortage of staff for the therapy, I'm only going to be doing therapy 2 days a week. If they get somebody else in, then it'll increase to 3 days a week. Right now it's Monday and Friday. If they get somebody else in, it would be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 9 o'clock in the morning, which for me is good because I get done with and I had the rest of the day to do stuff. And I should be able to go back to getting more done in the house now. I'm finally feeling better, finally starting to feel more like myself. Plus, she thinks that in just a couple of weeks I ought to be able to start riding. And the nice thing about it, this woman that's doing the therapy, the therapist, she's a horse person. So, feeling really good about that. And, he said, I am feeling more strength. I'm feeling more like myself. I will be starting this week to do groundwork with the horses. She said that's okay to do. Not quite sure how easy it's going to be. I might find that I have trouble throwing the rope. But then again, it might be something that's going to be good for me. So we'll see. And should start seeing more videos of me from me as I heal up more. On Tuesday, I see the surgeon. And I have one stitch that I didn't know that I had. Then they will probably be taking that out. Have other stitches that I don't know if they just dissolve or what. But I'm not really seeing much sign of them. They had them covered with medical tape and told me just let it fall off on its own. And they gave me a pair of scissors and told me to start trimming around it when it started coming loose. And 2 of these patches, the one's almost completely gone. The other one still has some to go. But that's where I am. Looks like Callie's not coming down. I'm going to go ahead and post this. I've been watching the nanny cam for Thunder Ridge. And missed out on seeing a Lamborn by about 2 minutes. So I'm probably going to go to bed early tonight, and I will talk at you later. I hope you all have a nice evening.